Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. Yeah. Barakat Shah Maba Yahavi. Barakat Shah Babashir Yavashah. Barakat Shah Parashika. Wakabah. Khan. Salutations to the saints to see this video, man. All right, morning watching 11:10 on the West Coast. All right. We fell back an hour a day. Lost, well, yeah, we fell back, so time went back an hour. So, but it don't feel like noon. It actually feels a little earlier than 11. But nevertheless, it's a morning watch, 11:10, 11:11 on the West Coast. All right, and we're going to get into some scriptures, man. Just to give the Most High's glory for bringing it to pass, man. Because the last time we stood out here on Gomer's mountaintop, I don't know. I don't know if that flag was at half staff. I can't see it. Oh, okay, there you go. Last time we stood out here, I don't know if that motherfucker was at half staff or not, man. But it showed the other day, right? That's right. And that's the way that son bitch need to stay, man. Praise the Most High. Yeah, Gomer, man. You know it's a bad goddamn day for you. And if it was a bad day for you already, it just got worse, you damn heathen. Because the last time we stood out here, we asked the Most High to rang up the death tolls on you heathen, man. Right? And what do you know? By the time we make it back out here, them death tolls is up on your ass. And I'm not out here like all your false prophets that's gonna talk about Ezekiel 38, and Ezekiel 39. No, I'm not gonna start talking about Ezekiel 38 and Ezekiel 39 because of the war with the state of Israel and Palestine. Nah. I'm just going to give the Most High the glory, all right, for bringing it to pass and speeding this thing up on your ass. And you who watch these videos, you already know that my ministry focuses on Ezekiel 38 and Ezekiel 39. Okay, because, matter of fact, let's get to Ezekiel. Because Ezekiel chapter 38 and Ezekiel chapter 39, they deal with the time that we're in, all right? That's right. The time of the end, okay? That's right. When specific prophecies needed to take place. Okay? So let's go to Ezekiel 38 and 1. That's right. Yeah, I watch your false prophets videos. All right? And I hear you false prophets out there, man. You know, trying to boast yourselves as being prophets. Okay? But again, you're speaking on things after the fact. A prophet speaks on things before they happen. Okay? That's right. So, you heathen loving ass niggas don't get no credit or no glory for trying to bring out scriptures dealing with Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel 39, Gog, Magog, and all the nations going against the land of Israel. Okay? So anyway, we'll make this we'll see where the spirit go with it. But just make this, a video to edify the saints and to tell you children of Israel out there, which all have the same DNA, not just a bunch of mixed up, mingled ass congregation of folks calling themselves Israel, like you see on the 12 tribe chart and in the camp doctrines. But all you Israelites out there who are the seed of Jacob, which got the haplotype E1B1A, to edify you, exhort you, man. All right? To tell you, lift up your heads because your redemption draws nigh. Okay? And even though we don't know the time, the day, or the hour of that redemption, Messiah, he instructed us certain events that when we see them come to pass, we would know that the end was near, right? All right, so edification, man. Exhortation. Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. All right? So there's certain prophecies that may be prophecies of good and joy, jubilation, right? Such as when a barren woman prays to bear fruit and she get a prophecy, you know what? This time next year or something like that, you're going to have a child. Now that's a good prophecy, right? That's a prophecy of something good. But when you prophesy against somebody, you're prophesying some destruction and not so much good, but glad tidings, but evil, right? And that's what Ezekiel was instructed to do to Gog and Magog. Let him know about the evil that his ass is lined up for, man. Okay? He was personally chosen, selected by the Most High. Okay? To bring judgment on the Most High's people and to be judged by the Most High for wickedly judging his people. All right? Prophesy against Gog. All right? Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith Adonai Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Okay? What else? And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomorah of the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. Okay, so this is a great confederacy, if you will, of nations, man. Not just one nation in particular, but Gomer got a little bit of everybody with him, okay, to make this assault on the Most High's land, okay, and on the Most High's people, right? But he's their captain and their ruler and their instructor, if you will, right? So the burden to protect them, to secure them and ensure them the victory, okay, that falls upon Gomer and all his band. So what the Most High is telling, verse 7, Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right? You hear that? The Most High telling you, heathen, make sure you ready, and make sure all your band members are prepared, okay? Make sure you got everything you need to proceed with your assault, right? And, be a guard unto them, man, okay? Protect them from counterattacks. Protect them, all right, from the vengeance that the Most High is going to execute on them, man. That's what he's trying to tell you, man. Because he's going to get vengeance on you heathens for this act right here. All right? And in other words, the Most High damn near daring this heathen not to lose a man and not to lose any of his band members. Okay? That's right, in this war. But guess what? The Most High knows good and well that this heathen, not only would he not be able to protect all his band members and the company assembled to him, but they all gonna fall slain. All right? Every single one of them, him and his company, will fall slain when the Most High visit this heathen. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. What else? After many days thou shalt be visited in the latter years. Thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. Okay? So, when we had somewhat of peace and dwell safely, that's when the heathens decided to, make their attack, right? To strike and make their attack, right? Thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land, thou and all thy bands, and many people with thee. Verse 10, Ezekiel 38 and 10. Thus saith Adonai Yahweh, shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates, to take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. Okay? Yeah, that's right, because you're a damn predator, man. All right? So when you saw, the Israelites dwelling without walls and without gates, okay, you said, oh, they're vulnerable. Let's go and get them and rob them and spoil them and take them captives now. All right? But you're going to get a warning and a rebuke, okay, from who? Sheba and Dedan and the merchants of Tarshish. With all the young lions thereof shall say unto thee, art thou come to take a spoil, as thou gathered thy company to take a prey, to carry away silver and gold, to take away cattle and goods, to take a great spoil. Okay? And Sheba and Dedan are basically Arabians, okay? These would descend from Abraham's wife Keturah, okay? Not the Cush. You got Sheba and Dedan that come out of the line of Cush, and then you also got Sheba and Dedan that comes from the line of Abraham, okay? But these are the descendants of Abraham that's asking this heathen, man, what you think you're doing, right? What you think you're doing? You think you're just going to get away with this? Okay, verse 14. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto Gog, thus saith Adonai Yahweh, in that day when my people of Israel dwelleth safely, shall thou not know it? Thou shalt come from thy place out of the north ports, thou and many people with thee, all of them ride upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. Thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days. All right? And, this already happened. So, you don't need to be under that false doctrine, that this is sometime in the future and that this stuff is far away. No, this has already happened, man. They've already committed this offense, and their judgment is already set, and they are receiving their judgment, and they're gonna keep receiving their judgment until the day of judgment, okay, which is the day that the Most High restore all things, the restitution of all things, okay? Thou shalt come up against my people of Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring thee against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in thee, O Gog, before their eyes. Okay? So Gog, you know, this is all the nations of the earth, okay? Right? But you got a particular man who's basically their ruler, their captain, their instructor, right? The one who egged them on to do this, okay? Like you see in Revelation, the devil went out to deceive the nations, okay? All right, Gog and Magog, to gather them to battle, and that's what you see right here, man. All right, these people have been deceived to think that they can go and take a spoil and a prey, and to get away with much, you know, with many goods and the spoils of war, much merchandise, all right, and riches, right? Okay, and they're enjoying it for a season, but they're not going to get to enjoy it forever, right? Verse 17. Thus saith the dying Yahweh, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days many years that I will bring thee against them. Okay? So, you know, this is the man. This is the one, okay, that the Antichrist will come through. Right? That's right. And that's exactly what the prophets was indicating. Okay? That the seed of the Antichrist would come through this heathen right here. All right? He tried the Most High's land underfoot, take his people captive. Okay? Yeah, that's right. And to spoil this land and his heritage. Okay? Basically, you know, cover our faces, hide us in darkness if they could. All right? And lead the world into deception that we just Negroes, niggers, Canaanites, okay, whatever false prophet doctrine that your church adheres to, it all has to deal with so-called black people not being a nation, but just being black, Africans, Americans, the diaspora, all those sorts of things, but, you know, not the nation of Israel, who we truly are, all right? All that's a part of that deception, okay? Yeah, that's right, man. Verse 17 again. Thus saith the dying Yahweh, art thou he of whom I have spoken in old time, by my servants the prophets of Israel, which prophesied in those days many years that would bring thee against them. And it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come up against the land of Israel, saith the sovereign Yahweh, that my fury shall come up in my face. For in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath have I spoken. Okay? And you could go back earlier in the book of Ezekiel and see the fire and the jealousy in which he spoke to the house of Israel. In other words, to punish us for our sins, man. Okay? He said he would do something to us that he never did before in the past and that we'll never see done to us again. All right? And so, in other words, he would rebuke us with furious rebukes and chastisements under the hand of this heathen, man. Matter of fact, let's go back and get some of that. All right, so Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 5. Thus saith the dying Yahweh, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her. And she hath changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes, and have not walked in them. Therefore, thus saith Adonai Yahweh, because ye have multiplied because ye have multiplied more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore thus saith Adonai Yahweh, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations. Okay, so that's why everybody in the world know that black lives don't matter, right? You got heathens that come here from all over the place that can't even speak English good, all right? But they are sure of one thing, that they are above what you call black people. They know that if they call the police and make a complaint against the black people, that their word will be believed above that of the black people, right? That's right. Okay, so that's just a small example. But globally, Jerusalem is trodden underfoot, man. No matter what land we're in. Okay, we're at we rank last in every social class in every country, man. Okay, unless it's somewhere, in the continent. All right, where you still have Hebrews that are dispersed. Okay, but everywhere else, and even then, as a whole on the continent, you think of this continent of Africa as being the poorest, the lowest, and so forth. Why? Because again, the whole world is against the Hebrews, and that's the way it's designed for us to be at the bottom. Okay, the richest continent in the world as far as natural resources, but yet the poorest people in many instances, right? Because all your heathen done spoiled and plundered the goddamn land and the people. Okay, so no matter where we are, man, we can have vineyards and still not enjoy the fruit of it, right? Fields and crops, but we don't enjoy it. Somebody else always get first dibs. They get first and they get what's best for themselves. And if we lucky, we get the rest. Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 8. Therefore, thus saith Adonai Yahweh, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations. What else? Verse 9, Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 9. And I will do in thee that which I have not done, and whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. All right? Okay? Man. Hell of a chastisement prophesied against the Most High's people, man. All right? Yeah, that's right. And they just became at odds. They became at odds with each other, man. And here we are today. Okay? Right? It just escalated into a hatred for each other, where they can't see each other have peace. But that's the sword that the Most High put between them heathens, man. That they might be at enmity with each other and slay each other, man. And I will call for a sword against them throughout all my mountains, say Adonai Yahweh. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. Okay? So on top of them killing each other with the sword, the Most High, he plagued their ass with so first of all, he plagued them with the sword, every man's sword against his brother. And on top of that, he pleaded against them with natural disasters. Okay? On top of all of the violence and the bloodshed. Verse 22. And I will plead against them with pestilence and with blood. And I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon the many people that are with them an overflowing rain. And great hailstones, fire, and brimstone. See? So bloodshed, pestilence, destructions. All right? That's right, man. That's the Most High making this case against the heathen, man. Okay? All right? Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations. And they shall know that I am Yahweh. Okay? Yeah, that's right, man. Yep. Surely. Surely. As they are over there in that land, trying and trampling it underfoot, the Most High is determined to sanctify itself by destroying them people, man, because he's furious with them. All right? He said that, the same time that they went against the land, his fury came up in his face, man. He's furious with this heathen for what he's done, man. All right? Okay? Praise the Most High. So the death tolls is up on your ass over there, man. Okay? And on top of all of that, Gomer, be a guard unto him. Send your warships on out there, you heathen. All right? Park your ships out there in the Mediterranean. Okay? Be a guard unto him, heathen. All right? That's right. Send your aircraft carriers and all your high-tech weaponry with your submarines, your missile defense systems and what have you. Hey, man, be a guard unto them, heathen. Okay? That's right. Because your heathens are going to continually perish by the sword. Every man's sword against his brother, man. All right? Hey, man, I'm so elated. Okay? All right? This is the thing that the righteous rejoice at. Right? And we're going to call you heathens out. All right? And judge your wicked ass. Okay? Because your violence, man. All right? Your violence against Jacob. All you heathens. All you damn heathens have benefited off of the suffering of the Hebrews. All right? The true Hebrews. The ancient Israelites, man. The ones that were made in Egypt. Okay? And when you think of Egypt, you don't need to think of modern Egypt. You need to think of ancient Egypt. All right? In the times of when it was called Kemet. Okay? In the times when it was black. Because that's when Israel was made in that damn land. When it was black. All right? That's right, man. So all you false prophets could just be the hell quiet. Sit your ass down somewhere, and just like the time fell back today, you false prophets can fall your ass back today because you're not affecting any goddamn thing with them lies that you're preaching and teaching. Okay? You niggas love heathens. You might as well be over there in the land of Israel fighting with that heathen or for that heathen, man. Okay? Yeah, that's right, man. Because you niggas, you love them. And a lot of you so-called leaders in the Hebrew Israelite community, a lot of you niggas are descended from them heathens. All right? Yeah, that's right. Praise the Most High, man. All right, he showed his word to Jacob, all right? That's why you false prophets got the wrong breakdowns, man. That's right. You niggas got wrong breakdowns because you ain't the seed of Jacob. And if you are a descendant of Israel and you're teaching prophecies, that's because you're the seed of the devil, okay? And you're going to do the works of the devil, which is what? Steal, kill, destroy, and tell lies, man. All right? That's right, man. Yeah, so let's get some out the prophecies of the Messiah and we'll wrap this up. Matthew 24. It's Matthew 24 and 4. And the Messiah answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, or either I'm anointed. Christ just means anointed. So they can say that they the Messiah to himself, or they might just say, I'm anointed by the Messiah, such as I'm the apostle of the Messiah. All right? A lot of these false prophets out here amongst the Hebrew Israelites claim that they the apostles. Okay? But just like we see in the Revelation, we didn't try you false prophets, to claim you apostles and found you fools, liars, man. Many shall come in my name, saying I am anointed, and shall deceive many. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. What else? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, shall kill you. You shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So to all you Christians, if the Messiah is making this prophecy directed at what we call Christians, people that believe on his name, why would he say you shall be hated of all believers for my name's sake? I mean, why wouldn't he have said you shall be hated of all unbelievers for my name's sake? The Messiah didn't say we would be hated of all unbelievers. No, he said we will be hated of all nations, indicating that you have to be a nation in order to be hated by the rest of the nations. And so what nation is he talking about? He's talking about the nation of the Israelites, the nation of the Hebrews, the nation of the Jews. Okay? The nation of Judah, to the precise point. We would be hated of all nations. Why? For his name's sake, for his glory. So just like we saw in Ezekiel 38, when he said he was going to put the judgment of pestilence and destructions on this heathen, that was to glorify himself and to magnify himself. Well, that's for the Messiah's name's sake. All right? That he might be glorified at the end of this thing. Okay? So understand that. Okay? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay? So he's talking to a nation, specifying that that nation would be hated by the rest of the nations. And who's hated by all nations? Just like we said earlier, man. It's the so-called black people, all right, that have been subjected to global discrimination, man. Global discrimination. That only fits one group of people. All right, so-called black people. And that's because those so-called black people are the real Jews, man. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, what else? Verse 10, Matthew 24:10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. What else, Messiah? And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. That's right, man. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right? So you got an elect within the nation that's going to be hated by all the nations. Okay? And that elect is those that endure unto the end. Okay? They're the ones that have been called and chosen. All right? They're the ones that's going to be saved, delivered. Okay? Because that's what that means, delivered. All right? we're going to be delivered. And if you need to be delivered from something, what is it that you need to be delivered from? That's destruction. So to be saved is to be saved from the destruction, all right? The imminent threat of danger, man, okay? We need to be saved. We need to be delivered from the destruction that is coming upon the nations. What else, Messiah? Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Okay? And then shall the end come. That's right, man. The gospel that the Messiah dealt with had to be preached. And it had, okay? That one he dealt with. And the one he dealt with shows you, man, that it's going to be Israel ruling, okay, in the kingdom. We're the kingdom. We're the rulers in the kingdom, all right? And that kingdom has your other nations under subjection. And let's prove that with one more precept before we go. Okay, this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the nations. So the gospel that the Messiah dealt with had to be preached in all the nations for witness, which means testimony. That word witness right there is materion in the Greek, which is evidential testimony. So evidence, testimony, that's a testimony giving evidence against you, okay? As a witness unto all nations. So that gospel he dealt with was going to be preached, okay? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world. What's that word right there? World. The gospel that he dealt with was going to be preached in all the world, which is the oikomen name, right? A witness against all nations in the world, okay? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come. All right? So, that gospel that he dealt with must be preached. The gospel of the kingdom that he dealt with. See, he dealt with a gospel. That gospel was, a glad tidings of a kingdom. Okay? Good, glad tidings. A good word. Okay? A kingdom. All right? Which had his servants that endured unto the end, being saved and delivered from the destruction. Okay? So they will be saved. They will be delivered from the destruction. All right? And they will rule as a result of that. Right? They will rule in his kingdom as a result of that. And then they will rule over who? They will rule over nations. All the nations, man. They will rule over the nations. Okay? All right. So Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Verse 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. Okay, so the kingdom of the Messiah, the kingdom that he dealt with, puts those of his elect as the rulers over the nations. You saw we would be hated by all nations for his name's sake, for his glory. Right? so that we would be delivered for enduring until the end. And now, after you've been delivered because of your endurance, you're granted rulership. And is that rulership over everybody that ain't a Christian? No, that's not rulership over people that ain't Christians. That's rulership over everybody that ain't an Israelite. That's rulership over everybody that ain't elect. That's rulership over everybody in every nation, whoever they are. That's what that rulership is. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. All right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Amen. That's it, man. So the Israelites are the ones that's hated by all men for his name's sake. The Israelites are the ones that are saved for their endurance in the great tribulation. And the Israelites are the ones that will rule the nations in the kingdom according to the will of the Most High. Okay? Praise the Most High, man. That's right, man. That's right. You see, we didn't preach that gospel to the heathen, man. We didn't told you and we didn't showed you. And the Most High has witnessed, okay, and demonstrated to you, all right, by the destructions that he put on you heathens. Okay, when we asked for him to destroy your damn heathens, okay, he honored us, man. So he testified on our behalf, man. That's right. That's right, man. All right? He done destroyed your damn heathens with that double destruction, man. Okay? Every man's hand against his brother. All right? Plead against you with the pestilence. Okay? That's right. With the blood. All right? Destroyed you with the so-called natural disasters. Raining on your ass with the overflowing rain. The great hailstones, the fire and the brimstone that then decimated your damn heathens. All right? Worldwide death tolls on your damn heathens, man. At the word of his true prophets, his elect. Okay? All right? So to all you goddamn false prophets out there, you can put that in your pipe and smoke it, man. Because your gospel ain't affected no change. Your gospel ain't affected no destruction. Your gospel ain't did shit. All you niggas been doing is preaching and teaching lies, man. Okay? And you ain't did a goddamn thing with them false prophecies. All right? But made a fool of your damn self and everybody that follow after you, man. All right? So, edification to the Israelites to see this. Rebukes to your damn heathens, man. And praise the Most High for honoring his servant's word, man. Khan, Aman, and Aman.